And the participants, good morning. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, I would like to welcome you to this workshop about electrochemical energy, held by EdCave Research Center for Advanced Vehicle from World Class Professor FTUI 2018 and Smart City Universitas Indonesia. In this occasion, we shall have outstanding presentation from our prominent presenters, whom I believe shall enrich our insight and knowledge regarding this workshop. Before the presentation begin, we would like to ask Professor Benjamin Kusumo Putro to give welcoming speech. Please welcome Professor Benjamin.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning, Professor Sung. Good morning, Professor Chairul, and also the participants. We are in World Class Professor very grateful to have such kind of Professor Sung to come to our program and also make a workshop like this. It should be will be and broaden your mind and your future, and I hope this kind of activity will foster your ability and your desire to be a good researcher and a good professor. So I hope that there will be also open to participants from chemical engineering professor and also from electrical. This kind of workshop is very important, especially for batteries, and also it's not my field, but it's good for so I'd like to again to thanks to Professor Su. Come to Indonesia again, maybe it's not the first time, I think, and we'd like to give our appreciation for your coming today. Okay, thank you very much.
Our first presenter is Dr. Hudaya. He is a lecturer in electrical engineering at Universitas Indonesia. His educational qualifications are as follows. In 2006, he obtained his bachelor degree from Universitas Indonesia. In 2009, he attained his master degree from Seoul National University in Energy System Engineering. And in 2016, he graduated from University of Science and Technology Campus, Korea Institute of Science and Technology in Energy and Environmental Engineering. Please welcome Dr. Hudaya.
Thank you, Siti, for nice introduction. And Professor Song, thanks so much. Professor Ben, thanks so much for your speech today. And all of the participants, some participants maybe will come later. Thank you for coming. So today we have a workshop on electrochemical energy. If you heard about battery, supercapacitor, or any other devices that are based on electrochemical properties, today we learn about that one much from Professor Song. I will be having presentation, for example, like 30 minutes from now. Okay, my title is, I would like to highlight about research activities on electric power energy materials, especially the research group that I now lead. We call it EMA, Electric Power Energy Material. So we would like to highlight about our research activities so far. And I acknowledge here there are some of my students come here, which what I would like to present today is their works. Okay. Siti already gave you some background about me. I graduated from in 2016 in Korea, and I received quite a lot of awards. Yeah, Pertamina Idegila and like Professor Benjamin, lecturer, outstanding lecturer in UI and also in national level. And I was awarded ASEAN Young Scientist and Technologist Award just last year. So, to introduce our research group, we are really interested in the electric power engineering and energy material. That's actually two fields which is near to be, they're closely related to each other. For this one, that's why we are having 4 research groups. The first one is energy storage system, high voltage system, smart display system, and electrical power system. So here you can see the pink one is actually related to energy materials. So the pink one, you can see this pink one is related to energy materials. But for the electric power engineering, we are this is the blue one, which is you can see there are 2 kind of research focus that we are now researching on. The first one, energy storage system, which is we are talking today. Much we learned from Professor Song, which is about the electrode materials. Our students are now focusing on this area. Electrode material for nanostructural material. For example, today I would like to highlight about zinc oxide material, nanostructure for the lithium-ion battery. And also, not only we are talking about the material, we are talking about the application of this battery for the real one. That's why today I buy one of our product over there. This is what we call Stalis. You can see over there. This is tabung listrik. Today I would like to explain about what is research on this progress. So that is actually based on the lithium-ion based battery inside, and you can see we can use this one for many kind of purpose, for emergency, for example, in disaster area, or you can also use this one for the unelectrified village, for example. Now nowadays quite a lot of Indonesians who cannot afford for this electricity. So that will be a solution. So that's why here battery can be integrated for many applications. For example, for transportation system. Now we are working about electric vehicle. We are talking about electric vehicle, which is one of. If you talk about electric vehicle, battery is the key player there. And then we are talking about DC house, and we are also a battery for renewable energy resources. If you are power engineering, then that will be very important. Battery is very important. And also we are researching on battery management, but not much. We are using the BMS actually. It is not our field. Maybe Prof. Ben or Prof. Eri or Prof. Purnomo in our department are researching on this one. But we are not really much. We just only utilize that one. For example, about this BMS, they're also applied in this studies. So BMS is applied in this studies because we are using a lithium-ion battery, which needs a battery management system. Otherwise, it will be harmful. Lithium-ion battery is something, if you cannot control, it can be harmful for us if we cannot control. But if we can control, they are friend, our friend. Now, high voltage system, we are also working about the transformer. Have you heard transformer? It's not a robot, it's transformer to step up and step up the voltage. We are also researching about the oil of this one, which is insulation material and smart display system. And the other one is we are talking about energy management, economic and policy, because we have a study program in graduate school in Salemba, but they are actually about the management. So we are interested on this area. So here is my research group, quite big right now. Now the first part, I would like to talk about the electrical power engineering. Yeah? What is research have been done nowadays? Well, this one is derived from PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers, which is they published this one in 2016. Technologies with big impact in potential next 10 years is this one. If you are really interested in some research, then please focus your research on this one. If you are an electrical engineer, the first one is early stage technologies. Human matter. About matter, this is very interesting nowadays. if you see your meter, kWh meter in your house, now it's just only, before it was like manual. Now you are using the token, right? You can buy the token. In the future, there will be two ways of kWh meter, which means that you can control the utilization of your energy by using your smartphone next time. And now it's happening. Now research, many effort on this area. That's actually the big thing and can change the world, yeah, about this one, because the IoT penetration, Internet of Things. And the other one is electric vehicle. If you come to China right now, and you take the taxi, that will be electric vehicle. So in China, it's already commercialized. In Indonesia, now we are facing, just will be coming soon, very soon. So everything is electric right now, right? The bicycle and anything, now we are electric. And the key is the battery. That's why we are researching on this one. And energy storage material. This is all is what we call, if you heard about disruptive technology, right? This technology is like technology. And microgrids and smart grid networks, yeah. Now we are also researching on this one. Professor Benjamin, also one of the expert on this control system of microgrids. And the other thing is distributed generation. In bahasa pembangkit tersebar. You know that we are archipelago country, right? So many islands. Some people try to supply, for example, the power from here to the other island. But the problem is, we are, something will be happen. If something will be happen under the ground, submarine, for example, then that will be a big problem. But now we are trying to use local power source, which is I promote here, we are promoting in EMAT here, is to use the local source power, energy, renewable energy, local area to supply electricity, and also small reactor also, nuclear reactor. South Korea is strong on this nuclear reactor, but it's very big one, the size is quite big one. That's why over there, electricity is quite cheap compared to the other country because it's nuclear power plant. But the future, nuclear power plant, the small one, less than 300 megawatt, there will be another option. Now many people are researching on this one. It will be small reactor but safe. And the other thing is the turbine. That is from 2016. If you see this, the milestone of this one, so within 20 years, there will be new coming of new materials like offshore wind. And if you really like, Professor Benjamin is very expert on drone, right? Next time, drone-based O&M, operation and maintenance, will be one of yours. So PwC predict that will be coming in 15 years from now on. But I think it will be faster, in my opinion. So drone will be around the world, maybe there are so many, and for operation and maintenance, for everything, for sending the goods from area to area, everything. This is a kind of stage development. Okay, if you see here the penetration of, all technology will have what we call as penetration and will have saturation. You can see in 1990s there are many telephones. I still, when I was a student like you in 2002, in our dormitory, there's only one and many lines. Yeah? So if you want to call to our parents, girlfriend, or everything, so we have to make a line. But now it's disabled right? Wartel is disabled because we are not using handphone. So there will be a penetration like that. But now there are coming new age, what we call is grid edge technologies. Now it's coming like this. So it's about your future. Actually, if you are electrical engineer related to energy, this one is now it's coming. Yeah. So please prepare yourself. You have to see about this future. So the future about electricity system, there will be not very big, not strong. For your information, now in Indonesia we have a very strong grid in Jawa Bali grid. But in the future, there will be a distributed storage or centralized generation and transmission and maintenance. So this is the key one in the future of electricity in the future. And the transformation is related with three aspects: decentralization, electrification, and digitalization. This actually coming from the data from World Economic Forum, not me, mine. So World Economic Forum, yeah, they are dividing this, and the key technologies is smart metering, remote control, which is Professor Ben expertise, and smart sensor. They are very, very, prospective technologies just in the future. And also, there are also the energy storage, solar PV, and distributed any others. Today, I would like to highlight about the solar PV. And this one is what is decentralization. Centralisasi and decentralisasi. Centralisasi means in the central, in the capital. But decentralization means that tersebar. You should distribute each other to supply everything. And for decentralization, you need this energy storage. That's why battery is very important here. And energy efficiency and demand response. Demand response is actually related. How can you see the peak? For example, we have a peak loads, yeah, especially in the night. So we have to change it. That's called demand response. This is the price of electricity nowadays. They are generating. Still, hydro is the cheapest one, but hydropower is very site specific, which means that, for example, in our country, we have a very large hydro potential in Papua. Then. But in Papua, there are now loans over there. There are no user. That's why the government have to make smelters, for example, any other industry in that area, because they're huge power. Okay. And about the PV, yeah, this is the other country. They are using for residential. They are also using for the commercial and industrial. So this is the presentation. In Italy, for example, they have already used the commercial one and industrial gas one. But now in Indonesia, they are rising right now. The people who are using the solar PV right now is dramatically increasing right now, and it is considered one of the disruptive technology for the utility for PLN. Yeah, so PLN really considered, because when all the people can generate electricity with low price, then compared to the PLN, then every people will buy it. So that is one of the disruptive technology right now. I think PLN already considered about this one, and they also have a business prospect on this one. Okay, so in 2017, we proposed what we call the solar power charging station and tabung listrik. So the concept is like this. In the future, Pertamina is now considering that in the future the oil business will be decreasing. Yes, right, because of electric vehicle. Electric vehicle doesn't have fuel, right? That's why they are trying to new business right now. They have this one fuel station, and then they are. If we say that the rooftop is now not occupied, so we say that if you occupy it, then you sell this one as using this is energy storage base, then that will be a good business for Pertamina in the future. So the concept is like this. So we want to transfer that the electricity is like this one, for Indonesian. You're from Brazil, right? Yeah. In Brazil, did you use this kind of system to distribute your gas to the household, or using the pipe? Depending on region, but you also have this kind of system, right? Yeah. In Korea, we have using pipeline, but in Indonesia, we are using this one. We have a gas quota system here. City gas, we have city gas, but not really good. But now we're using this one. So we want that. We think that the electricity can be transferred also like this. So that's why we are using this lithium-ion battery as like this. This is our prototype, just prototype. Of course, this one, the casing can be different each other, like that. And also here, water, using gallon, yeah? Using gallon. So we would like to replace, if they are using water and this is gas and this one is electricity, like that. Okay, that's the concept. So inside, if you try to use this is inside. So we have a battery management system. We have this one. It is easy if you use this is type is 18650. This kind of big, and then you can just series and parallel, and then you can get the system itself. In this case, we are developing telephone, but quite high capacity. This is 630. Okay, and also we are really engaged, really interested in the DC system. Yeah, DC is more safer compared to AC because DC generally, yeah, in DC house appliance we are applying very low voltage compared to AC. AC is 220 volt and it is dangerous. This voltage that can be tolerable for human body is about 50 volt. If you are electrical engineer, then it is 50 volt or 7 to our body, yeah, whether DC or AC. And in this case, we are using low voltage, but still using the conventional system. There will be using inverter or also rectifier. There will be losses. This system, maybe you have to understand about this system, yeah, better, because actually DC and AC they are converted. From the energy generation, they are using AC to ours. This is AC. But for the house, for example, the LED lamp, it is DC. LED is DC, right? So we have to convert from AC to DC. Unfortunately, during conversion, there will be losses. So that's why we would like to remove that one, because solar PV panel already DC and loads is already DC. We can make it directly supply. So what we call is, we have a project, what we call dissipation, DC passive, but dissipation project. So actually here is one of the video, I think some are, if you already know, yeah, but better not. For this project, we have applied for a community engagement project. So we have applied here, this is a room which is supplied by DC. So this kind of room by DC. So from solar cell, panels, and directly go to room. And this is for the school for unfortunate people, unfortunate students who cannot afford the education. So they are really need this room in the night, because in the day, weekday, they have to find some money. Yeah. They are unfortunate people, and then in the night, they are studying in this area. You can come to Terminal Depot, and there will be a room like this, and we supply the electricity for free. And since 2017, November 2017, this has been operated. Even it is like less maintenance, without maintenance at this moment so far. So actually now we are trying testing on the research that how far this technology can go without any maintenance. So we are trying to see the reliability of this technology, Talis. Yeah. So here this is Talis, similar like that, different aluminium processing. So another thing is just recently on August 6, 11, we just make this Pondok Pesantren in Depok. It's nearby my house actually, Professor Song. We also doing the same using Talis system. This is for auditorium, and this one is the. So this one is based on the DC house. So DC, all is DC, no AC. Oh. Even now we are also using this one for AC system for submersible pump. Okay, and Talis is very also good. Recently we have a disaster, earthquake in Lombok, and Sumbawa and Entebbe. So during that time, there will be no electricity at all because the network was broken, right? Because of this disaster. So we have to support this one using Talis. And now more than 10 units already delivered to Lombok, to support the volunteer. So for that one, we already give this one. This one in Papua. When I was in Papua, this one is another person from Papua. Yeah, in YouTube you can find it here. So this one is in Papua. You know, you heard about that cases, right? During president here, then there will be a yellow card, something like that. So I'm responsible to go there. I'm responsible for your students. I go there. Then all of the lecture, there are quite a lot of lectures for them. And then we really give a help for them. So we are using Talis because they're now electricity. So Talis already given there in Papua. So this is Talis where used in Lombok, and also, you know, the charging. How can you charge, right? There's no electricity. That's why we make what is a portable solar charging system. Very easy, just like 5 or 6, I don't know, 10 kilogram, for example. We are using this one. This is kind of chest papan catur. Yeah, so we can open it and we can directly charge to this Talis. So even there is no electricity, we can use the solar. You know, our country is very good, because tropical country, and we have quite lots of solar power sources. Okay, the thing is that they have this is the good news. This is what we call this learning curve, which means that the price of cost is dropping. Yeah. For example, for Irena say that about 4-fold dropping for last 6 years, the price of this one. The reason is because all of the people now, especially now the growth is in China. There are many companies who are making the factory for the solar cell. If many production, then the price will be down, right? And also the other thing is there are many research in the field of material science or something, finding new cheapest material or with high efficiency, for example, and it's dropped. For example, this is in United States in 2020, 2012. The cost of electricity is $6.2 per kilowatt per watt. Now it's dropping until this area, until about 1 point. There will be 2020, 1.6. This is the electricity coming from solar cell. So imagine now solar cell is decreasing, but you know the utility are generally based on the fuel. Fuel will be increased, the price of electricity will be increased. Then renewable energy will come. What we call as grid parity. We call it grid parity. I'll talk to you later. And also the other thing is very interesting. The cost of the battery will be down as well. This is from Bloomberg and this is from the RFI. And I'm talking about my Talis. My Talis price is here, about $340 per kilowatt hour. Still higher. But we believe that in the future, this one is retailing price, which means that I buy from retailing, which means that too many hands over there. If I buy from the source, the factory, then I believe that half of them can be mini ones like this area. So that is coming. When the price of battery is decreasing and the solar price decreasing, can you imagine, then the price of electricity will be decreasing. So here is about the PV efficiency. All around the world are trying to use. This is from New Renewable Energy Laboratory from UNED. You can see in the Wikipedia. Actually, I just put Wikipedia, and the efficiency will be increasing like this. Efficiency. There are many kind of solar cells here. Yeah, Professor Song is one of the distinguished professors in solar cells. If you are researching on solar cell, for example, and you find new materials, and your name will be here, for example, one point is coming from them. So please research on this area. This is very important. And I talk about the grid parity. The grid parity is defined as the price from solar cell is same or lower than the current price from the utility. For example, in Indonesia right now, the price 1 kilowatt hour is about 1,500 rupiah per kilowatt hour. Now you can see there is a paper from Christian Breyer in just recently paper published. So I taught this paper. Now this data is 2010 already over. So they said that here the price is here, Indonesia is here. So it is still far away. 2030, it is coming this side. This one is average price. Indonesia is here. So they predict that Indonesia 20 about 2016, 2017 is already approaching, which means that it is specifically just recently in these days. But they predict that in 2020, you can see here, yeah, Indonesia is here and the grid parity will be here, which means that the price of electricity from the solar panel 2020 will surpass the price of the current one. That's why we have to think about the solar panel. Yeah, the price of electricity is 50%. Okay, that's the grid parity from Alexander. Of course, this is from research. This is a good paper. Well, that's the thing is that one of the challenge in DC system is about there are no standard for the voltage. If you talk about the AC, it was the 220 in Brazil, 220, right? About that should be same all around the world, same 220. But the problem in DC is there is no standard for the voltage. For example, your handphone is like 5 volt. Your laptop is 18 or 19 volt. For the lamp, it's about 12 volt. So there is no standard. So the challenge is how can you, if you have one supply, 48 volt for example, how can it be supplied to 12 volt? It should be down, make it down, right? That is the challenge in what we call it DC converter. We have to convert from 48 to 12. We have to convert from 12 to 48 or something. That we call is DC converter. For that, our researcher already tried to make it for computer. So we choose computer as because computer, there are many people are using computer. The challenge is in the computer itself, in your personal computer, there are 3 voltage applied. First one is 12 volt. You can see here, there are many colors here. The color is actually representing for the voltage. So there are 3.3 volt, 12 volt, and 5 volt. That's why we have to make a single input, which is, for example, 12 volt, but multiple output DC-DC converter. Single input and multiple. And we succeeded. Actually, this is video, but later we can show that this is a battery, and this is our DC-DC converter, and this is a computer. They can work by using battery, which means that it's kind of laptop, right? That your laptop is directly from the battery and directly go to, you can operate it. So now personal computer can use this DC-DC converter to be work. So we're thinking that this is much more efficient if then you are using the AC one, because this one is AC power supply, and compared to here, this one directly, because this one is actually DC, right? This is DC. Inside here is also DC. The electronic is DC. That's why all supply will DC. And we're thinking about this one to be supplied by solar cell. Your solar cell is already DC. From DC, here charging, goes here and it can work. Yeah. This is video and it's showing working as well. That's right. So, yeah, here I already have talked about you. So one of my students also, researcher Abdal and Azam, are working on this area. So this one is biogas. So biogas supply, we try to make, this is from another university, this is a genset, but we are making that the biogas can supply this genset as well. So this is one of very interesting study found by Azam and Abdal. And also research also related to the BTS here. BTS is best transmission station. They require power, and that's we are using the solar power. Why BTS? Of course, here it's not difficult to find a power, but BTS should be located very far away from your home. If you see the hill in the mountain or something, there will be a solar power BTS over there, right? Red and white with the paint like this, right? And they need the power. So how can you supply the power over there? So we can use our research on this. We research also, this is one of the students in our group, research about this what we call FSO vessel. FSO vessel is very interesting vessel. They are not movable. They are movable, but they are just stay there for about 30 years, for example. So they require power, high power. We apply. So we propose using a solar power like this, and we analyze about the way or everything, and it is feasible. And interestingly, that this one is very, very economically feasible. Within 4 or 5 years can be, payback period can be 4 or 5 years. So it very, very interesting. So we other applied research in our research group also doing the same. This is portable, foldable. You can see solar power system. There are many products now from Vietnam, other student. Okay, part 2 is energy material. I will be very so here is for why we have to research on this area, because what people expert about this greenhouse CO2 emission. Actually, CO2 is really important for our life, right? We cannot live without CO2, but the abundant amount of CO2 should be controlled as well, right? So we have to see that's why energy sector is very important. Well, this is the role of our field in advanced material, Professor Song and others. Actually, we are like the key player, all of the key enabler for this rapid technologies. If you are talking about the high energy density of the material, it's because they're advanced material. Everything without material is nothing. Material is everything. Control is everything. Yeah, probably. Control, everything is under control. But material scientists say that material is really important. Everything is material. Our body is a material, right? Everything is material. Yeah, everything. So, which means that it can be applied from energy generation to energy utilization. This is the role of energy management in energy conversion. But our field is in battery and also in utilization in smart people. So this is a zinc oxide. Actually, Pak Yo-Yo works on this one. So about zinc oxide materials, I cannot. I didn't talk to you too much about detail on this one. This is a strategy to enhance, which means the anode material. We can surface modification and surface. Today we learned much from Professor Song about this battery materials and seeding solutions or how to prepare. He works very hard here, Pak Yo-Yo, about this material and also this material tools. I cannot give you some talk about this one to detail. And synthesis, they are making a battery. Yo-Yo making a battery, and this is the way. Yeah, they are using seeding solutions, spin coating, annealing. It takes some time to make a battery. Yeah, maybe 2 days, not directly making a battery. It takes some time actually using a chemical battery position. And this is the way how can he make a lithium-ion battery with this type. And also the sample treatment, he tried to find out the composition, different composition, and also different treatment with the temperature or something like that. And we found that this is very interesting. This is the zinc oxide nanorods. We call it nanorods or microrods. And very good. This is a very staining, like stripe. The staining is like this. We cannot see by our eyes. Of course, this is a 1 micrometer. And yeah, we found also that this is a sample for the number of nanorods. Yeah, about the highest one about 5 micro nanorods per micrometer square. And this is the XRD one that we confirm that the material is there. Yeah. Okay, I have to be fast about this one. And electrochemical and impedance spectroscopy. Yeah. If you are interested in, I know some of you are not material scientists, so I make it more fast. capacitor, which means that the zinc oxide material is very, very good material, especially for the nanostructure for the lithium-ion battery. One of the prospective material for the future. Of course, not here. Still, there are many problems, but we believe that in the future, this is one of the materials to be used as one of the anode material for lithium-ion battery. So here is the cycle one. Even though this is not really good here, I mean there are still many fluctuations. Especially here, the cycle is really important with humidity and temperature. When I was in Korea, it was especially in the winter, the cycle will be very good. But here, humidity is very high right now. During the winter, humidity is very increasing. So we have an example. So this fluctuation is coming from that circumstance. So another thing is that we are now researching on corn cob. Corn cob is tongkol jagung. Yeah. So tongkol jagung, you can just throw away, it's waste, right? So we are thinking about use this one for lithium-ion capacitor. We are making the activated carbon. Bintang do that for this one research. And lithium-ion capacitor is very new emerging technology right now, combining between battery and capacitor. For your information, battery have properties high energy density. Capacitor is high power density. So if we combine what those material, we can find that high energy and high power density. But still, this is still in the research. Yeah? We are trying to make this porous material with using the corn cob like this. There are many other material having research about the snake fruit salad, yeah, bullet salad. Snake fruit need to be activated carbon as well. And this is the process that we are making the assembly or something. Bintang already did it. And sample preparation, and we have a testing here at the chemical sites. And this is we are making this one on the aluminum foil, and we are making a battery. This is the one the preliminary results, which means that our battery, even though this is quite small, which means that this type was characteristic of lithium-ion capacitor, and even though it is still small portion, but we have to make it optimized. We have to optimize this one, and we proved that the first thing we proved that this material is also prospective material for lithium-ion capacitor. Okay, this is all the research. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Dr. Hudaya, for the informative presentation. And our second presenter is Professor Yung-Eun. He joined Seoul National University as professor since 2004. He got Ph.D. in University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, and he investigated the electrochemistry for the energy materials at University of Texas at Austin and Gwangju Institute of Science and Technology, Korea. He has published more than 300 technical papers in the area of electrochemical technology and energy conversion. He is also becoming editorial board for Journal of Industrial and Engineering Chemistry, Electrocatalysis, Scientific Reports, and Journal of Power Sources, and International Advisory Board for Journal of Power Sources. I would like to welcome our second presenter. Please welcome Professor Yung-Eun.
Thank you. I'm very happy to here present again. I was here last year, so back to Indonesia. It's very good for me, and also I'm happy to see many people here. I am Yung-Eun from Seoul National University, Korea. Also, I am working in the Institute of Basic Science recently built Korea. So today, I present on this issue But I not talk on the research details, more briefly, so overview. So I try to overview this area. Although I know many of you are not familiar with specific electrochemistry. So let me start using this slide. This is Seoul, Korea. South part of Seoul. So there is a mountain we call Gwanak Mountain. South part of Korea. So our university, the mountain area. So my building. So I'm working in this building. So our way through the road here. So here. So I am working in this building. So in the School of Chemical and Biological Engineering. And also here, Professor Chairul, so he talked about the electric engineering. So our electric and electronic department is here. Computer science is also here. Mechanical engineering. So all departments are here in this area. In our lab, so we are working on fuel cell, battery, and solar cells. So today, I try to briefly present on this area, so what I am doing, so like that. So we publish in this area, so more than 400 paper, and cited this number, each index like that. So it's communicate much, and also our paper, our work is well cited. And why? So we are working on energy because of the Korean situation. You see, this is the statistics in Korea. We are 10th energy consumption country in the world. Because we are not big size, not like Indonesia. We are a small country. But why we spend the 10th energy consumption? Because of industry. Because all our product, we don't have any natural resource. So everything we should make and then export to survive. So that's the reason we consume huge amount of energy, and also we don't have any energy in our country. So then keeps oil importer, so 85% from Middle Asia, East Asia. And second, natural gas import. And also, so total 97% of energy is imported from outside our country. So that means it's very, very serious. If you cut any block, any energy import, so then our country immediately stop everything. So that's the reason, our government push, the support lots of funding to develop a renewable energy system. So still, we are mostly our electric production from nuclear power plant. Huge, but it's quite a big debate right now. So shut down and close and decrease nuclear power are still some discussion debate. But we have a 40%, no choice, because we don't have enough energy system like that. And another 40% from coal, but that's a problem. Because it produces lots of dust and the environmental issue from this coal and LNG, something like that. Very, very small portion of hydro. And even just less than 1% from renewable energy. So then our government plan to increase the percentage of renewable energy up to 10% sooner or later. Even when I visited 2 weeks ago, England, UK, Scotland, so they already switched to renewable energy system. So that it's north of Europe, so Netherlands, Denmark, Scotland, they already more than 40% electricity coming from renewable energy, wind, solar, such like that. So then our Korea will also switch to like the renewable system, how way to go. That's our government put big money to develop the renewable energy system. So I heard Professor Chairul on the Indonesia situation. So you are a different situation, but you have too many islands, too big country, too separate. So then I think that's one way to renewable energy system is a very good choice to produce electricity. Because the nuclear, I don't know, I'm not sure, but it's a choice. But if you have I know everybody knows the Lombok earthquake, something like that, it's volcano. So a little danger sometimes. Because our country, Korea, we don't have any earthquake, but it starts slowly. Japan, China, lots of earthquake, but so still we don't know. Okay. So today I present on the electrochemical energy device, including battery, fuel cell, supercapacitor, solar cell, like that. Why? Because the renewable energy systems, so the energy produced from solar, wind, hydro, such like that. This electricity from this renewable system, we should store this electricity in the supercapacitor or battery or electrolyzed water decomposed. So then this electrolyte produces oxygen and hydrogen from the water. So then this can be used for fuel cell. So then this whole system is systematically cyclable. Yeah, here. And why the renewable energy? Because when we consider the energy conversion efficiency, it's quite profitable. Because you see, the typical engine is efficiency is 25%. When we see fuel cell battery, they bigger than 60%, higher environmental friendly and efficiency is very good. And also, various powers are possible, available, because you see here some 10 megawatt train, automobile, so some at the home appliances, kilowatt scale, and 100 watt, notebook PC 10 watt, smartphone 1 watt, human output 0.01. So then all different range can be covered using the battery, something different, this kind of electrochemical energy system. So let me start from the fuel cell. I don't know you are familiar with it or not, but you see, fuel cell is just a reverse of like that. When you write oxygen, hydrogen, you can produce water. If you then like that, in Korea, so in Korea, so in elementary school, in science class, we did an experiment to decompose water. When you put in the plus minus electricity in the water, it produces oxygen and hydrogen. That is a very popular experiment, even in elementary school, middle school, high school. Fuel cell is just the reverse process. So if you put the oxygen, hydrogen together, and then it produces water plus electricity. That's a fuel cell system. So the devices look like that. We put in anode, one electrode, the other electrode. We call anode oxidation, cathode for reduction. So in hex cell, it's hydrogen produce proton, and the other side, oxygen produce like that. It's water. Total reaction is this one. That's fuel cell. Just provide the hydrogen in one side, air is at the other side, and then it produces electricity. This is the theoretically it's 1.1 volts. Voltage is low, so then to increase voltage, we put the cell, each unit cell. number of stacking, so we can control voltage and power together. So then this can be extended to fuel cell station big size. Yeah. And theoretically, energy density, volume energy is a fuel cell is a more powerful than battery system. So this is a electric fuel cell vehicle. It's commercialized 2014 in Korea. Even Japan is also commercialized. It's a Toyota Mirai and Korea, Hyundai. So they commercialize in the USA, Europe, even in Korea. So this is the version. So like that, the fuel cell power output is 100 kilowatt. It's more than horsepower. And of course, the fuel cell power should be stored some part. That is put in the lithium-ion battery, 24 kilowatt, maximum speed 160 km per hour, zero CO2 emission. That's good one. And hydrosilence, I drove this car. It's never any the noise. So very, very calm. And when you compared to the efficiency in gasoline engine is typically the 12 to 20 kilometer per liter. So when you convert to hydrogen to gasoline, so 27.8 kilometer per liter. So much efficient. So that's the advantage. This is the Professor Chairul already showed. It's the CO2 emission. It's the most the biggest country to produce CO2 is China and America. So these two countries is huge. Indonesia is here. You are not small. Korea like here. And anyway, so vehicle case, it's a strong regulation. So that means it's slowly keep like that. Future, it's allowed 2025, so then the CO2 emission regulation is like that. Now currently it's about 150 grams per kilometer, but it should be like half in 10 years later. That means no choice. Only choice is just produce electric vehicle or fuel cell vehicle, and then you put reduce the average CO2 emission half, something like that. That's a future of fuel cell. Why is all the vehicle company produce fuel cell vehicle and electric vehicle? That's the reason. The main reason is the CO2 emission regulation. And another thing is, even so, fuel cell can be, used for residential and also light electric vehicles, such like motorcycle, such like that. Why? Because that's also very, very silent, no CO2 emission, and convenient, such like that. Also, typically the electric fuel cell vehicle is this range, this energy density, kilowatt hour, 30 to 75 kilowatt hour. So I don't know Indonesia, but Korea and Japan, we consume each house electricity is 10 kilowatt hour per day, this range. So then this residential or electric vehicle, so then is the size, energy size here. So then if something happen, for example, earthquake or something happen, so then we can survive 3 or 4 days using the electric vehicle or this system. This is an isolated system, so that's another reason why the fuel cell or electric vehicle. Also, Korea produced try to fuel cell plant. And it's already open and it's a building. So another big size fuel cell plant is started. start to build. Yeah. So because as I said, we don't have any energy ourselves. So then we have a huge amount of hydrogen from the industry. So then we try to use hydrogen to produce electricity this way. The key component in fuel cell, so-called that's a membrane electrolyte assembly. So here you see the structure. There is an electrolyte. It can be polymer or doesn't matter. Ceramic can be become fuel cell or liquid is possible. And another two electrode layer is composed of carbon. And then we put under the carbon is distributed catalyst to oxide, to hydrogen oxidation for oxygen reduction. Typically, this particle is now it's using platinum, highly expensive. That's a big problem right now. So, but fortunately now this particle is made nanoparticle, very very small size, to reduce the amount of platinum. So then the further decrease the price quite low because of nanotechnology. So we are working to synthesize the platinum nanoparticle all different ways and different research. So I skip. And I'll show one example. So we synthesize platinum nickel alloy nanoparticle. So here, so then this is quite popular. So we collaborate a long time this particle with Hyundai Motors. So they test our nanoparticle in a real version of the fuel cell system in Hyundai Motors. So they could see the better than the commercial catalyst. So that we are continuously working on this issue. But the problem is the problem of nanotechnology is stability, because naturally, thermodynamically, nanoparticle is unstable. It's a platinum dissolution, agglomeration, ripening, phosphate ripening, particle detachment, all possible. So then one way to protect this kind of issue, degradation issue, so then we cover, this is a nanoparticle. So we cover, carbon over the particle. In this case, we use the opaline aqueous solution, so then it's burned out 700 degrees Celsius. So then only one layer of carbon can be covered on platinum ion or different alloy nanoparticle. Very interesting. It's just one layer of carbon. Then when we made a fuel cell, so here this is typical the commercial platinum case. It's times go on accelerated durability test. It's a harsh condition for fuel cell operation. So then performance is a drop and drop system. Our carbon coated nanoparticle is quite stable. So that way, so it's one good solution to keep the catalyst that is good condition like that. And also we are working to fabricate fuel cell, huge more efforts. Especially we are focusing on polymer electrolyte membrane, methanol, such like that. I'll show one example. So we try to inverse the opal platinum piece. So as I said, the platinum nanoparticle is unstable. So that instead we just like network this porous structure of a catalyst. So put under the MEA. So then you could see kind of performance 1.2 to 1.5 watt per square centimeter. It's world best method DOE, Department of Energy in USA, they keep the manual to test, so then we just follow their manual and then we could get the maximum value. 1.5 watt per square centimeter, very small size. It's very good because this is enough for your smartphone. Just 1 square centimeter is enough. So it's very huge power. So, and also I skip this one. I think the future of the fuel cell will go to more than liquid fuel, not only hydrogen. So this is the case of the methanol. It's also can be used. So then ethanol, glucose, nitrogen, all different kind of compounds can be used as a fuel in fuel cell. So I think that's a future or the different application area. For example, so we have made the test the fuel cell using the methanol. So then this can be used for the cell phone or notebook PC. Because of it's a liquid fuel, it's very convenient to clean and like that. So then it's one way. So we do, and also ethanol can be used as a fuel cell fuel. So this is but the problem is the ethanol oxidation is kind of complicated. Kind of complicated. This we analyzed using NMR. So too many byproducts. It's a long way to go. But anyway, it could produce electricity. It works. So then the ethanol, as you know, can be produced from biomass. So I know many Korean researchers collaborate with Indonesian to develop biomass in Indonesian area. So I think that's also can be future of the fuel cell. We made a small vehicle, something from fuel cell. And second, battery area. So look at the history of a battery. You see, it started 1860. At that time, lead acid, first the electric vehicle was produced first, not the engine. So then after that, the engine was produced. And then nowadays, 1992, lithium battery first appeared. It used the lithium cobalt oxide and carbon. That was made by Sony in Japan. They first commercialized lithium battery here. Now it has passed about less than 30 years, but this lithium battery is overall world. Everybody uses this lithium battery now. Before then, people worry about explosion of battery because lithium is when mixed with oxygen or water, it exploded. So most people worry about that one, but nothing happened. A small portion still exploded, but not many percentage. So different kind of rechargeable battery available, but lithium is absolutely better than the other. So the mechanism is like that. Lithium is moving this way, that way, during charge, discharge, continuously can be used like that. I'll not talk about the chemistry anymore here. So this is already the electric vehicle already commercialized. Two different kind of vehicle available. One is a hybrid, the battery plus engine together. So then engine is operated, and during that it's a charged battery. And small distance, the battery is operated or moving. I have a hybrid car, so then it's kind of energy saving. So when I drive from my house to university, so only battery 7 kilometers. Battery can be operated during 7 kilometers. And then little long distance engine is working. That is a hybrid system. And also plug-in full electric vehicle is also commercialized. That is a specification spec. Electric vehicle now. So this is charged this way. So power is 90 kilowatt. Energy density is 140 watt hour per kilogram. Power density is here. And battery weight is that's around 300 kilogram, a little heavy. Can you calculate the energy in this vehicle? When you multiply by 140 watt hour by 30 kilogram, 300 kilogram, so then total energy is 42 kilowatt hour. 42, right? 42 kilowatt hour. So then each kilowatt hour can drive 7 kilometers. This is the motor efficiency. So then you can calculate, you can drive 480 kilometers. It's shorter than gasoline engine. That's an inconvenient point. You should charge at 480 kilometers. Of course, you can put more battery vehicle, but still a little worried about the safety. So then any company increase the weight yet, because something happened immediately. The company could be disaster. So they are watching each other. If one company increase the weight, so maybe I think the other company follow. Nobody wanna first runner. So they all waiting like that. But another way, is like that. If you increase the energy density by developing new material, so then without any increasing weight, so then you can get much longer distance, right? So that's many companies invest money to develop high advanced battery system right now. So we are also working together to do so. Now this is the current situation. It's about this way, lithium ion like that. The price is about $150 per kilowatt hour. So then you can calculate the money. So now the first short-term target to develop battery is 200 watt hour per kilogram. That's first target. So then about 30% increase. So then the driving distance go to 400 kilometer for one charge. So that's first target. So that's the application area is of course hybrid vehicle, electric vehicle, but another big application area is energy storage system for wind and solar energy. Professor Chairul presented before to store solar energy in battery system. That's a huge effort to develop energy storage system. All battery company is trying to develop energy storage system. So Korea, I don't know Indonesia, but Korea, the electricity is the only use 60%. 40% is just waste. Why produce so much? Because of peak time. Only hot summer. So then huge is working. So then electricity is going up maximum. To prepare that maximum, we produce huge electricity. But most of the time, night time or the other time, we just waste electricity. That's no way. Not Korea, all countries in the world, it's the same situation. Even we have a 40% nuclear power plant. So then nuclear power plants cannot stop, continuously running. So then if we don't use electricity, so then just go. Then our government think about to store electricity energy storage system. So then provide to electric vehicle or some the other application area. So then this is a big issue to store energy using the battery system. Right now, the battery supercapacitor, both these two kind of energy system is only can be used to store energy storage system. So lithium-ion batteries, so in Korea, companies are all the leading right now. It's Samsung and LG Chem, even SK. So they are developing huge amount of battery. And we are also working the battery. So I just briefly one example what happened here. So we applied electrochemical galvanic replacement technique to fabricate battery material, metal oxide. So this is the basic electrochemistry. Any chemical textbook show standard reduction potential. So, for example, there are all different kind of the ion pair as a standard reduction potential. When you put two different material together in electrolyte, it produces electricity. Everything can be battery if you put two different materials. For example, zinc, lead, anything, you can make the battery system. So that means it's two different, anything, there's a potential difference. It's happen. So by using this technique, you could synthesize a different combination of material. For example, here, manganese oxide is the iron. So then manganese oxide can be, right, it's reduced. Iron can be oxidized. Any combination is possible to produce. So by this way, we could synthesize manganese oxide. We synthesize first and then put in the iron. So then manganese is dissolved and iron is deposited. By this way, we could synthesize all different combination of material. So then we applied this idea to batteries, so could get very, very nice data and like that. So we publish in Science. This is one of the top journal in the world. And where to go? A little more. Where to go? So here, this situation, as I said, the current situation is here for battery. So then, theoretically, for future, so choice is sulfur or oxygen. It's much higher theoretical value to get high performance, high capacity. So then we are also working that future battery system, new batteries like that. So the idea is simple. A lithium sulfur react to produce Ni2S. And also lithium oxygen produce like lithium air, lithium sulfur. That's the next generation. This is kind of similar like a fuel cell, oxygen hydrogen produce water. So then lithium air battery is between battery and fuel cell. So like it will come, merge together later in this area. So here this is a sulfur. It's no place to use sulfur now because in the oil production, during oil production, huge amount of sulfur produced. So then only sulfuric acid production is used, but the other thing is that we cannot, no place, no way to use the sulfur. So then we try to use this sulfur to develop the sulfur battery. So then one problem is, this sulfur is quite a non-conducting, coral insulate. It cannot pass through electron through the sulfur. That's one problem. Another thing is this sulfur can be easily dissolutive during cycle. Sulfur is continuously dissolutive. So then to protect dissolution, so we have tried to make sulfur polymer. This is a sulfur polymer. It's collaborated with the University of Arizona. So using the sulfur, it looks like a carbon. When you connect to all carbon, it's continuously like that, you can synthesize a carbon polymer, carbon-based polymer. Like that way, so we could synthesize a sulfur polymer. So then we apply this sulfur polymer in battery, so then performance is good, and also continuously cyclability, no dissolution because of a polymer. It all sulfur connected, so then no dissolution. So then that's we here, and then continuously we are working this area. Another thing is, as I said, sulfur is a non-conductor, insulate. So how to increase the conductivity? So that way is to mix with carbon. That's the way, but just mixing carbon, so then performance can be dropped because if you put in too many carbon, so then the performance may highly decrease. So then to resolve this issue, so then we cover graphene on sulfur. So graphene is a good conductor, and also just several layers of graphite. So then the volume is very, very small. So then we made some small piece of graphene, we call quantum size graphene, and then cover the sulfur. The image is here. And then we could successfully increase the cyclability because of increasing of conductivity. Okay, using graphene. That is the case we are working. The final topic is a solar cell. Briefly, I'll do. Now in all world, right, it's huge amount of photovoltaic is developed. And in Korea, we also, we are a very small country, but many places is covered by solar panels. Megawatts. Huge. I think that Indonesia is a very, very big country, so if you cover the solar panel, it's much better. Because in Korea, it's very small, so then we are kind of delayed to build the solar panels. Because this area, it should make something to grow, plant grow, something like that. But why cover solar panels? So then many people complain to build the solar panels. So then it's a big issue. So then now we move this solar panel to the sea or lake. It's possible to cover. That's also environmental issue, but something better than is here. So why this big size? Still the efficiency. So solar energy still the conversion efficiency is not much. So then many researchers tried, but before instead the solar panel is very good to apply any small size area, especially we call that appropriate technology. So Professor Chairul already presented the Lombok solar panel and battery system. So we also,
as Professor said, the capacity is really high. Like in maybe it is an anode material. About, if I'm not wrong, it's like more than 3,000 milliampere hour per gram. More than 3,000 milliampere hour per gram. Okay, what we are using right now as anode material is actually graphite. Graphite, you are using your pencil, right? Your pencil. Now in your phone, the material is graphite, the anode material. The theoretical capacity is only 372 milliampere hour per gram. If you compare to the lithium one, if we use lithium metal as the anode, it is 10 times higher, right? 372 compared to 3,000, about 10,000, which means that theoretical capacity milliampere hour per gram, which means that milliampere hour is actually the energy per gram. Okay, so now 3,000, 10 times higher, which means that in similar weight, for example 1 kilogram, you can gain energy more higher, right? 10 times higher. But nobody used lithium metal as the anode material. The problem is when you are using lithium metal, if you know lithium is the lightest metal in the world, light, sangat ringan. It is, if you use this lithium, come here, for example, in this room, just open your lithium, it will be burned directly because lithium will have reaction with the air, even in the air. Yeah, okay? So, now we are using lithium-ion battery. Lithium-ion battery is actually not using lithium metal. You are using a composite material, for example, lithium cobalt oxide. So lithium portion is there, but they are making like a matrix with the other material. So not really lithium one. Okay? So, for example, if you open your cell phone, have you tried a cell phone open? I mean the battery open? Lithium never, right? You don't try it at home, okay? But you have to try in what we call is lock box. Lock box is the area. If you see in the movie or something, you are using your hand here, like go inside, and it is closed. It is called lock box, and it is argon gas filled with argon, not the air. If you open in the air like this, for example, your cell phone open here, there should be something percikan api, sparking like that. So be careful about this one. So maybe you often see that your battery will be explode something, right? And it will be happen. But it's not really serious if you compare this one with the lithium metal. You understand what I mean? So now your battery is actually not using lithium metal, but some portion of lithium is there. They are mixed with the other material, for example, lithium cobalt oxide, lithium nickel manganese oxide, or something like that. That's the cathode material. But still, it is dangerous if you open it here. If you open here, if there's something maybe little bit explosion, not really explosion, but like sparking. I have tried, but you can try as well. But it's your risk, not mine. But be careful. That is the risk we set. But nowadays, many people are using this, including now, lithium-ion has been utilized as electric vehicle power source. Nowadays using that electric vehicle. But still the problem is lithium-ion still have lower power density. Okay, electric vehicle actually you need very high density. That's why lithium-ion based battery, which is based on high charge discharge, is really important for the electric vehicle. I hope it has answered your question. Any other questions should be raised? Please, what's your name?
So I want to know if we can buy your battery, how much it costs. you want to buy a battery?
Yeah, I'm curious because I think that you have to sell it, to do business with it, so everybody can use it. Because that's how we improve the world. And also about the lithium, why is it so good? Why is it so damn good? Because I never heard about any other battery. You just use lithium. And also, why? Maybe is it unethical or something, but our body is incredible to store energy. And I also never see any project that tries to copy our human body, using ADP and ATP, right? Adenosine. Why is not that? Or anything like that?
Yeah.
This is a very good question for you. I think Professor Song will be answering about bio-related battery, something, Professor Song. Bio using bio. So I give you some information. Yeah. So battery, they have that. We have two types of battery. First is rechargeable battery, which is you can use charging. And the second one is actually what we call is primary battery and secondary battery. Lithium-ion is secondary battery, rechargeable battery. But the first one is just one-time use battery, that you can use for your clock or something, or your watch. It's just one-time battery. Yeah? So there are many types of battery. For example, your car is called lead-acid battery. Your car using, in the car there will be a battery, right? So it's lead-acid battery. In bahasa Asam Timbal, yeah, Asam Timbal, PP, using PP. Okay, so that's lead-acid battery. The concern is this is cheap. Yeah, the price is cheap, but the problem is the lifetime. Lifetime is not so good, and also the energy density is lower, much lower than lithium. Lithium is used nowadays because of high energy density compared to the other battery. There are many others. Before lithium having very dramatic growth right now, lithium, we are using what we call NECD, nickel cadmium. Have you heard? And nickel metal hydride. But they have very interesting inherent disadvantage. Yeah. For example, because they have a memory effect. Memory effect is one of it. So nickel cadmium. But lithium ion has a very good performance so far. However, we are talking about next generation battery. The next generation battery, there are several candidates. For example, lithium with air, and sulfur battery, and sodium battery, sodium, Na, natrium, sodium, which is very easily to come with the ocean, right? Ocean, the laut. Yeah. So there are many kind of sodium, but still there are many challenges. It is your role. It is your. You have many questions here. So in the future, please find your answer, right? Because you will be researching about this one. And the first thing before you have to many questions in there. So we can sell, of course we can sell. But to make a battery, actually it's not that really easy. Yeah? Now our government is realizing, if you read some news right now, our government is trying to force the enterprise from the company. They have to build the energy storage like a battery factory here in Indonesia. So far we don't have for lithium ion based one, but we have for SLA. We are starting, your car battery is called SLA, starting, lighting and ignition, SLE. Jadi that is for starting your car, lighting your car, and ignition is called SLA, SLI. Okay, but we have a factory in this one. But for lithium-based battery here, we don't have so far. That's why the government, because we will facing the electric vehicle era just a few years to go. If we don't have battery, then we have to import from the other country, right? This is not good. So we have to have our own factory here. So the government now is trying to make such kind of factory. Of course, we are, as a researcher, just like researcher, we cannot make a factory here. We cannot make it. Even like this, we cannot fabricate so much like this. So we transfer here. So that's why we have a cooperation, very good cooperation with the utility, for example, with PLN, right now, and also the industry. So they make a commercialization. Our task, your task as a researcher here is to try to find the best material, the best design, the best everything. And then we transfer this one to the industry. We call it as triple helix cooperation. Industry, academicians, and government. So now we got that. For the material, which is battery, I don't have any experience with the body or something. Professor Song, I think maybe can be.
I think first the question, you could buy battery. So why lithium? Because of course its energy density is high. Also the price is not expensive, very expensive, because the company price right now is round type, that is about less than $1 each one. When you buy Tesla vehicle, electric vehicle, open the chair, in bottom of the vehicle, they put 2,000 round type the battery inside. So then original is $2,000 originally. But of course they sell the car more than 10 times, 20 times expensive. So but when you buy one battery, the market, so it's 5 times, 10 times expensive. The original price is like that. That's why it's kind of popular. So, and also energy density. That's good. I think medical application or our body. So of course it's a huge, the research going on to apply battery or energy system in our body, because in our body the energy consumption is quite small, milliwatt scale, microwatt scale, such like it's very very small size, and but still in the to apply our body something like some safety everything should be considered, and reliability is very important. Also, it's hugely important. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. One more question, maybe, if you have. Otherwise, we can close. Yeah. One more question.
Yeah. Nice. This is
Thank you very much, Professor Song, for your interesting presentation. My name is Faiz. I'm the college of Professor Chairul. Actually, I have one question. I would like to hear about your view as an electrochemical energy expert. The future of the energy storage research, especially in the grid-connected system, in the hybrid system. In which area they will be improving in the near future. Thank you very much.
Can you explain what is the topic?
Could you hear the question? Because the microphone is.
Okay, your view of the future of the electrochemical energy research globally in near future.
Near future? In near future.
In near future.
Near future. So they will continuously going. So, but I think more of the new materials will be applicable in this system. But I think the important thing is this should be some, right, it's combined with the other more tradition, the conventional system in outside. For example, Professor Chairul explained DC, AC like that, but current the technology, even the electric vehicle, fuel cell vehicle, cannot apply to DC motor because the technology is still lower than AC motor. So then, even the fuel cell vehicle, when I see inside, there is a DC-AC converter, and then AC motor is working in vehicle. It's very strange, but the car maker said the AC motor is quite reliable now, but DC motor still they cannot believe something. Like that's a situation, real situation. So somebody should work DC motors, how to connect something. Such kind of technology should go together. If not, just one part is not enough. So combine the other thing. Lots of energy, right? It's a waste during convert. So I think that should be done in the future. It's more collaborate, more work together to realize this system, this new system. If not, it cannot be survived. Thank you.
Now we are in the end of the presentation. Thank you very much again for the both presenter. And there is information for the master and doctoral student. Would you please to fill the link? I will give the link.
You raise your hand. Who is the master and PhD and master student? One. Ayo. Three. And master student is not here. Master student here. Any other master student here? No, they are undergraduate mostly. Okay. Please for master, please. We have to make some solution.
And we have to take a look.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much for coming today, Papa Is, with your new student. You're your first. Please welcome our first newcomer. Please give applause. They are a newcomer, right? The first semester. Now they are a newcomer. Now you already knows about what's something new in the future. Okay. And also thank you so much for coming here, and also for electrical engineers, from international program, right? You're from the program from Rabu. Okay. To close, please come forward here. We would like to take a picture together. Please come forward, all of you, no exception. Kelihatan semuanya, mukanya pastikan semuanya harus kelihatan. Oke.